Dance, Mr. Zombie, dance! Hello, guys and gals. Chookster here, bringing you another episode of FTB Unstable. Today, we're going to be doing some blood magic. So I've already built sort of a little platform here. This doesn't have to be done, but I just kind of wanted to visualize. But at first, I just want to go over a few things we did. Remember when we put the 10K RF per tick on here? It is all the way full. It's because of the sequencer. It runs every once in a while, harvests, and just sits there and collects energy. I pumped it into my base via conduit. I'm sorry, I brought the ender pearls into the base via conduits right here, and it just feeds into this line and feeds all the way over. I did run this under the ground one more level just so that it freed up a lot of those facades. I also changed these bricks out here. Changed them into pavers. They were bricks before, and so they just go a little bit better with polished andesite. So first thing we're going to do with the blood magic is we need an altar. All right, so the blood magic altar, requires some of this demonic will. Well, how do we get demonic will? Well, we have to throw a snare at a mob, and only when it has white particles do we kill it. So we do need to make some of these snares. So let's look up the recipe for snares. All right, good. Let's see. We can make good. They only stack to there, so we'll make 20 or so. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's not. It's all random. So we don't have any mobs out here right now. Now we could go underground and look for them, but we're going to do one other thing before, and this is really going to help us. So you see, I have a whole bunch of other stuff, and you saw in the opening clip that I was collecting this mob essence from zombies, and so I put it in a syringe. The syringe recipe is pretty simple. It's just a glass bottle with iron. You left click on a zombie, and it will collect 10% every click. And so, which is of course half of its hearts. So I was able to collect 2 syringes off of one zombie, and then I had to go to a third one and grab that. The other thing we need to build an iron golem. Now, normally I build him in my base, but then so he doesn't get away, right? But he's then clumping around all over, and he's making noise, and he just bothers me for forever. So, he's cute and all, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do him outside here, because we want his blood or essence or whatever you want to call it. So cool. There's our little iron golem. I like it. So let's put this guy down. And so he's got 100 hit points. You see, now he's got 99. I only have to do this 10 times just till he gets down to 90. All right, and you'll see this is filled up 100%. I want 3 of them. So you'll see here in a second why. But first I have to collect these. It should be 100, yep, and there we go. And actually, yeah, 100, zombie, yeah, everybody's 100. Okay, cool. So let's go back inside, because you see, the other thing I have in here is an environmental controller. So if we just search for environment, there's all kinds of different things we can place into this machine. So this machine effectively gives you stats. So we can have regen. We can have regen 3. We can have speed and haste and saturation and feather falling and so on. There's a lot of great things in here that you can add. Like if you have a mob farm, you could add poison or weakness. Blindness, I don't know why you'd want that, but slowness, right? So you can do lots of different things in this environmental controller. It's a pretty neat block. So the first thing we want to do is make a regeneration. If anyone knows anything about blood magic, it requires, oh, that's weird. That was saturation. That's not what I wanted. Oh, I know why. It picked one. That's fine, because we're going to do saturation as well. It just picked whichever. Yeah, see, I can't do that. I I need... Wait, which one's which? Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Iron, zombie, iron. Good. All right, so I should need... Yeah, this is zombie. Okay, got to make sure we're correct. All right, so this needs 2 zombies. And so we'll throw that one in there. Okay. So we've got a saturation, and that feeds us. And then the other one we want is a regeneration. And that heals us. So let's go put that down. It's already starting to get dark. That'll work perfectly. And I'm just going to put this guy right here. And let's say we put him... I'll put him right there. And then I like how it gives a little bit of light. We're going to add... I did make the second tier solar cell, so it gives us 40 RF. Now it's not going to do much right now, but it will slowly start. We turn this off, right? So now it's slowly getting a little bit of energy. And what I can do is I can put in the different modules. So I can do that. I can do that. I'm going to set this radius to just 5, as low as it'll go. And let's look at our height. Our height is 72. And here it's 71. So what we can do is we can go from 71 to, wow, that was weird. Tab actually goes in there. Huh, HT. Cool. 72. Okay, so I'm going to, it's got a little bit of energy, so let's let it run. And you can see I have regeneration 3 and saturation. How cool is that? I'm going to turn that off for right now. And we'll actually, we'll get a lever and put it on here, and it allows us to turn it on and off. But in the meantime, I hear a zombie. He's right below me. So, hi, bud. So what I want to do is I want to throw this at him. There, he got it first try. I grabbed that, and what I got was a demonic will. That's actually quite high will, so that's pretty good. Here's my little iron golem. Hey, bud, you're just going to roam the lands. Feel free. Feel free. All right, so let's try this again. Here's another zombie. It can be done on any mob, of course. Any hostile mob, I believe. Wow, this is nice and quick. So really we only need 2, but I like to get 3 just in case. So let's try this skeleton. I don't want to hit this grass. Right there. All right, that didn't work. There he goes. So that's pretty good percentage, actually. So we should have 3 of these now. Plenty. Frankly, I don't have anything else to do with these snares. So I could go out here and continue to do that. Get him, iron golem. Nice. Good job. Okay. This guy I'm not going to take the chance with. I don't want him blowing up anything. All right, so you're here. Missed. 2 misses. And a hit. Let's wait till I charge up. There we go. Okay, we have a bunch of them. Let's go back inside. I didn't have to shut that. I always do that. I swear, it's only when I'm recording. All right, I'm going to throw these down here. Let's throw those away. Okay, so we've got these demonic will now. So let's go check out our altar. And our altar needs a furnace. Should have everything else we need. Now, I like to pick the lowest quality here because it's effectively going to be wasted. We need this will. We need this will, and it's going to be kind of a pain getting it. So I want to try to maximize as much as possible. So I picked the very lowest one, put it in the blood altar, and we've got a blood altar. So let's go put this out. Oh, you know what else we're going to need? We're going to need an orb. So the weak blood orb needs a diamond. So we're going to want to put a diamond in there. So let's bring that with us. Right, that's the weakest. Okay. And then, so then we have the dagger of sacrifice and the sacrificial dagger. So I need to make one of these as well. Okay, and you'll see why here in a second. Let's sleep so that we are not having to worry about this. Now I put it up on a pedestal for a couple of reasons. Hey, bud. Come on. There we go. That lava sigil did not help me there, the lava charm. So in a future episode, we're going to do something about fire damage. So that's we can do something with Botania for that. So let's go ahead and turn this guy back on. As you can see, it's filling up quite readily now. We're getting 21 and climbing. So we're going to turn that guy on. And now it heals me, it feeds me, and all's good. So we need to place the altar down. And then here we will want to get some blood in it. That's what this sacrificial dagger does. So we right click on that and it fills it up with a little bit of blood. There's no way for us to tell how much is in there other than visually. So I can actually right click a whole bunch of times. Now normally you'd eat, your saturation would go down, then your food would start to go down, then you'd eat and you wait for it to go up. But we don't have to do any of that because it's feeding us and healing us. So that's a really cool thing. Now, one of the other ways to do this, so we're almost full, and it looks to be full. We don't know right now, but we'll have a way shortly. So yeah, it raised a little bit right there. There we go. Okay, cool. So I'm going to turn this off only because I made something else that I wanted to show you. Let's see, I lost my block when I dumped off things. So let me grab this. All right, only because I have a flower with me. And this flower is the Fallen Kanad. It's not too bad. It's number 24. So let me click over there. Number 24. So it's just really a few petals and the Rune of Spring. Rune of Spring is just a Rune of Fire. Now that we have Nether Wart, I was able to make that. And of course, Nether Brick. That's pretty easy. And a Rune of Water, which is also very simple to make. You make those on the Runic Altar. You throw all of these in the Petal Apothecary, and you get a Fallen Kanad. Fallen Kanad needs... we need some mana with it. So let me see what mode we're in. We're in that, which is good. We'll toss that in there. Cool. All right, so, oops, that's not what I wanted. You know what? He might have to be down one level. So let's do that. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. I need this out of the way. This down here, this here, and the Fallen Kanad. There we go. All right, so that's another way to do it. You get Regeneration 3. And so it's just about as good, right? Right, so I do that, and it's just healing me quite quickly. They're both Regen 3. It's either way, they work out very well. I personally like this because I can also add saturation in there, and frankly, I don't have to eat as much. I just run over here, and I can also do a daylight sensor and put this on here and turn off this. It just kind of means that it'll always be charged, very similar to this guy. But what I found is if you reduce the radius, reduce this guy. I don't know if there we go. This guy with this incredibly low height and incredibly low radius, it just sips power. So I leave it on all the time, and it's always full. So, well, I mean, it does drain down a little bit at night, and then it charges back up to full. So it should be not a problem. All right, back to blood magic. Let's throw the diamond in there. All right, guys, I don't know what was happening. I had to break the altar, and I will add some more blood in there. I wanted to show you, I turned off the environmental control. I'd taken away the Fallen Kanad, and you can see how it restores my health here. Let's just add some in here. And it just slows down at one point when we run out of saturation. And of course I can re-eat, and it recovers. It's not horrible. It just takes a long time and a lot of food. And you can see how terrible that is. So I'm going to turn this on, and that makes it so much faster. So let's put our diamond in. There we go. Now we have the particles around there. That's going to get us our first blood orb. Let's add a little bit of more health in there, or blood. And that's going to get us our first diamond. Our first orb. So as of right now, it's going to be kind of slow. I'm going to add some more runes to speed this up. You'll see that here coming up. And let's go. All right, so we also want to place a chest down. Okay, we have our weak blood orb now. So I've placed 2 chests down. We're going to automate this a bit. So let me show you what I've done. So, all right. So the way we need to add stone into here, and we're going to create these guys, which are called blank slates. So the first thing we do is add a transfer node onto here. Then we want to add a transfer filter onto the other side. And so that can be set to single item to insert in. And then we put this guy on, shift click to add this here. When we add this in here, that will now insert one at a time. And so that's going to generate us one of these blank slates. And so you'll see here in a second, it'll turn into a blank slate. We should have plenty of blood. Let me add a little bit more. And it turned into a blank slate. We can pull that out, put that in a chest, and you see the next stone gets put in. But let's automate this. So we'll take an item conduit in here, and we want to take one of our blank slates, and we'll put this to, let's see, this guy should still be on extract. Yeah, okay. So let's put this to insert, and we're going to say only allow blank slates in here. Need a filter. Put that in there, put that in there, and now all it's going to do is suck this out once I turn this on, and that'll suck that out, put the next one in, and we're good to go as long as we have blood in there. So that's an automated way of creating these. So I'm going to create a bunch of these because we're going to need them, and I'll be right back. All right, I want to make these speed runes. So the recipe is 2 of these blank slates. I'm going to need 8 of them, so that's 16 of them, but I also need blank runes. There's 2 more, so that means 32 total, and a whole bunch of stones. So let's make 8 of these guys. 7, 8, and we'll make the speed runes next. And oh, I totally forgot to make these. We need 16 of these. And should be able to do all 8. All right, let's get outside here. We're going to replace all of this. Don't really need to replace the middle one. And you can leave that there. Doesn't really matter. Let's see, where's our speed runes? All right. 1 pixel away. I swear that's what it was. All right, now we have a tier 2 rune. However, we don't know that this is a tier 2 rune, so we're going to need one more thing to do that, or to be able to determine how much liquid is in there and so on. So we need a Hellfire Forge. So Hellfire, am I spelling it wrong? Yeah, Hellfire Forge. All right, so we need one of these guys. All right, and if we look at the sigils, we need one of these divination sigils, a blank slate, and some redstone will get us a divination sigil if we use arcane ashes. Arcane ashes in this Hellfire Forge is pretty simple. We need some bone meal, redstone, gunpowder, and coal. Let me grab this stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, I've placed down the Hellfire Forge. I'm going to use one of these demonic wills. Shouldn't use up any of it. I just shift-click these in here. We had 1.96 when we started. And it leaves it there. We get these arcane ashes. All right. So let me show you what this looks like. A lot of people are afraid to do this inside. Some of them create lightning. It's not a big deal. So you place this on the ground. You right click on the ground. You then throw this inside of it, or right click with it. And then we need a blank slate. And grab one of those. That is out of blood, but that's okay. Not a problem. I'll go fill that up in a second. And we hit this with this. And this has a really cool animation. Well, a cool animation for Minecraft, that is. And that gives us a divination sigil. All right, divination sigil. When we right click on the altar now, we can now see in the bottom left it's tier 2, and we have 0 essence in there. So let me throw some get this out of the way. We'll put this here. We'll do this. We get a little bit of blood in here. Loving the regen and saturation. Makes it so quick. So let's just see how much that took. So that's 2,300 right there for just a few hits. And it comes right back. That's 4,200, and add some more. There's our 5,600. And yeah, you can see it fills up pretty quickly, and it goes down very slowly, which isn't bad. Now we added the speed runes. Speed runes are increasing the speed of this. I've got 15 of them already, plus the 32 we've already made. We're almost through the full stack. We've got 15 left in here, so that's going to be awesome to get us to the tier 2. Now tier 3. So we can do. Let's look up runes here. There's all kinds of things we can do. You've seen the blank runes. They don't do anything. They just get you to the next tier. And we added 8 of these speed runes for the first tier. We can add efficiency runes or runes of sacrifice. That's if you're killing mobs. Or there's self-sacrifices, which is exactly what we're doing here. Now I'm going to do something on non-standard. Most people would go for self-sacrificer because we're sacrificing ourselves. I'm going to probably race towards tier 4 so we can get a ritual that allows us to kill mobs, create a mob farm underneath this, and kind of automate this process a lot quicker. So I'm going to forego the self-sacrifice and just do this manually. Magic or YouTube, I can make this nice and quick for you guys. Displacement rune, that's for transferring liquids out of it. Here's capacity. We're probably going to add some of these to increase. Right now you saw that there's a maximum of 10,000 current capacity. We're going to increase that with the capacity. Augmented capacity is quite expensive. You can see it's uses the existing runes capacity, but it also requires a demonic slate, which is a tier 4. That at some point, I don't remember the math behind it, but at some point it becomes more, it gives you more capacity, but it's not until like, I want to say something like 38 runes. By the time you get up past that, then these make a better difference. So we're going to just go for the capacity. Not sure what rune of the Ords. Acceleration rune, it accelerates the amount of liquid you can get in and out of their storing it in like a drum or a tank or something like that. And not sure what charging rune does either. So now the other way for self-sacrifice is with let's see, what's the name of it? It's this guy here. This is the incense altar. This is the traditional way that they want you to do it in the newest mod pack. The incense altar, fairly cheap to make, and what you do is you place this down, you run over there, and it charges up your sacrificial dagger and it takes down all your hearts and gives you more. And then you create like running water or running essence, trees, nether wart, all kinds of stuff contribute to that, and it gives you more per hit. Frankly, I found that with this setup here, with this environmental controller, it seems to be a lot better than doing that. I've done both. I've done them at the same time. And the problem is that there's this soul fray, I think that's what it's called, that is, hey Enderman, there's a soul fray that gets placed on you, and I think it's 20 seconds that it stays on you, and so it limits the amount of blood you can throw in there. You basically do one sacrifice and have to wait 20 seconds, and this seems to add blood in there even faster. So that's why I generally go with that. It's definitely going against the norm, but I find that's... Come on, bud. There we go. I got an Enderman head. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And there's a creeper right there. So I'm going to get a few more of these, and we'll be right back. I'm tired of running back and forth. So I made myself a soul binder. I'm going to add a soul of an Enderman and a vibrant crystal in here. I need 10 levels. Oh wait, I already have 10 levels. And we grab that. That'll be working on there. I also added a vibrant capacitor. Nice and quick. Wow. I get my soul vial back, which is excellent. I'm going to make some travel anchors. Make 2 of these guys. I'm going to place one right here. Maybe right here. I'll name this base. And the other thing I need is I need a staff of traveling. That should start charging in my inventory. Excellent. So anywhere I am, I can automatically come right back here. I'm right in front of my crafting station. We'll throw one up here. And we'll put that as blood magic. Excellent. So now when I'm holding this, I can go to my base, or if I'm elsewhere, I can go right over here to blood magic, which is awesome. So I've gotten these 20 blank runes. So let's see if we can do this here. Take that out. Come on. 4, 5. I just made blank ones for right now because I need tier 3 to be able to make the runes of capacity. So once we do this, this will get me tier 3. Just a second, phone's ringing. And with the last glowstone, when we check our altar, we have a tier 3 altar. So you can see I've made a whole bunch of these blank slates, and what I can do now is with the tier 2, I can get, let's look up slates. I can get a reinforced slate. That's tier 2. Tier 3, I can now make imbued slates, and one of the things we can do with it is our rune of capacity. So for the next episode, as you see, next episode we'll working and adding towards runes of capacity. But as you see, I mean, I think I probably with edits and cuts and waiting around for this stuff, it's probably a total of 50 minutes for a 30-minute episode. As you can see, I made it to tier 3 within, I mean, you could probably do it in 40 minutes or so, 50 minutes total. So it's pretty quick to do blood magic. It's not horrible. So especially once you have this environmental controller or the Fallen Kanad, which I removed from my inventory. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode and this beginnings of blood magic. We raced through the tiers and appreciate all the likes and subscribes. You guys have been great with comments as well. So till we meet next time, take it easy.